you, and congratulations. Thank you actually all for being here for this, and I'm glad that we are kind of starting this conversation talking about giving filmmakers the funding that they need to make their movies. Kristen, as we were just saying, 2018 was a big year for you. That was the year that you kind of declared that you were ready to make your first movie, your first feature as a director.
Yeah.
What do you remember of, kind of making that decision as you look back now, just hours before it's going to be born into the world?
I love the thumping can sound that's happening too right now. It's perfect. Yeah, I tend to jump the gun and say things too early and share quickly, and I'm glad that it took the amount of time that it took for this entire movie to find its face and its voice. Through myself and all of the people that helped make it. I think it's funny, I knew that it was going to have a hard time finding legs, and it did. Very aptly, we had to leave the United States of America to make this possible, you son of a bitch. And before, it's fun, like when you know something's ready, it's because it stands up and it looks you in the face and it declares itself. And I was sort of making these declarative statements before I really knew what our baby was, because I just knew that it was percolating and it was developing, and I've lived so kind of transparently, kind of like in a very welcome but admittedly like forcible way. And so it's interesting that I was talking about it in 2018. I probably shouldn't have, because most movies are a decade in the making. So yeah, it's like, I think maybe I've had friends even be sort of worried, but thank God I stamped my feet, because if I didn't, if it wouldn't have happened, you know what I mean? I did have to sort of throw a public temper tantrum in order to get this done. And ironically, one of my sort of long-term collaborators, Charles Gilibert, somebody that I've worked with since I was 20 years old, and he was like, you need to stop doing this. You need to come to Europe, and we need to help you out. We need to make this movie finally. And I think process is everything. You must bespoke your process, and if you accept a standardized series of events, you're going to make something that we've seen before. And in this case, it just wasn't a slug line that was marketable or commercial. It seems like difficult material because it's full of secrets, because women are we've just been forced to hide everything that hurts, everything that feels good. Pain and pleasure, hairline fracture. It's really nice to pull the skirts up on that, and actually it's fun and it's exciting and it's tittillating, and I watch my movie, which by the way, it's personal, it's subjective, I love it, everyone can have their own relationship with it, but I watch this thing is the most I feel like I'm watching my kid in kindergarten, I'm like, here we go. And yeah, it makes me laugh, and it excites me, and I cannot be alone in that. 50% of the population, I'm sure, will look at the chunks of mass in the bloodletting and go, I know exactly what hole that came from. And I fucking think that it's insane to think that was a crude thing to say. It's a beautiful thing to say. That the blood in our movie, it doesn't come from wounds. It's orifice sourced. And the place in which things are born matter. It's right here. It's like in the female experience, and you can hold life and death in the same sentence. And I think it's really important to sort of feel comfortable and kind of proud saying that, and not oh, did I just say something that's going to be put in a headline? Yes, absolutely. Put it in a headline, please.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No. Because we've been talking about this movie for a while, and to your point about put it in the headline, I remember being at Sundance, and that's when we were having the discussion of I can't find funding for this movie, and it seemed like it was important to say that out loud, because if not, people just continue to not give you funding and nobody knows why. Yeah. I mean, what were some of the, you said that the barrier, of course, being, whether this movie's marketable, but also, you weren't starring in it. Was that another thing that people were like, well, if you were in front of the camera too, maybe we would be interested?
The list of women and men that can finance a movie in the entertainment industry are so beyond me. They change quickly and I don't understand them at all. And there's just no way to make something with a face or a voice without making like truly intrinsic decisions based on instinct. Like really, you need to, it's like we were talking last night, she's like, what are we gonna talk about tomorrow? I was like, well, I think like the way that you sort of branch out toward, I don't wanna speak in like constant metaphors, gets embarrassing. But we like grow toward each other naturally, like plants, like we're organic material and we do find each other. And if you start breaking that if you step off that path, it was the same thing I was saying about process. It's like you must. Like Imogen was just the only person that could play this part. I'm not right for the part, I guess I would love to be in something that I've directed, and I will do it soon.
Yeah,
probably.
she's amazing. Like I can't imagine anyone else doing that part.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just obvious. It was like she has this like really porous but direct. I told her in the car, I think the reason she got the point, because everyone's like, why didn't you do it? And what about Imogen? What about her? Why? She has like, she doesn't have like big tits or anything, but she seems like she does. Like I'm like, you have big tit energy.
Yes. We didn't
like, yeah. I was like, but it's like big dick energy. What is that? BDE? She has BTE. I was like, you don't, but like somehow I feel like you've got these big tits and you just have to play this part. So that's kind of why.
Well, Kim, I know that you've said that you were really moved by some of Kristen's work, you know, Clouds of Sealed Maria and Personal Shopper. How did this collaboration come together?
Good question. I don't know, I think, I don't know, like we met a few years ago when I had some project, but I think as I'm in the movie, I think kind of symbolically, you know, representing kind of the unconventional in art and music that Lydia is the writer, and like Kristen mentioned that she knew Kathy Acker, and like it can feel, I think she puts Kathy Acker's words in there also because she taught her when she was a teacher. I taught her work rather, but I think that I'm kind of just sort of there symbolically, and maybe somebody who's kind of known to have kind of reinvented myself or kind of come back from like some like tragic domestic situation with also a career-ending thing, but so I don't know. I think that's why I'm in the movie.
Yeah.
What has it been like to be a part of this transformation, a part of, you know, this excavating process that you all went on as artists? You know, yeah, what was it like to see and experience this process of rebirth, if you will?
What do you mean?
I
mean, I don't know. I think it was interesting, like working with Kristen as a director, because she sort of spoke to the musician in me. You know, like she said, you know, say it from this part of your body, and then I totally knew what she meant. You know, and like the movie itself is so like epically physical, like Imogen's body is the movie, almost like
It's true.
it's like inseparable, and the whole movie is like a body, and then the editing is so fluid. You know, I don't know how she edited it. It's like you know, keeping the chronology of the story, but also making it poetic and sort of weaving in kind of like what would be the B-roll would be the poetics of it and the kind of emotional memories, you know, that come in and out.
Yeah. I've heard it described as being very lyrical in the way that it is telling this story. And Kristen, you also made the choice to shoot on 16 millimeter, I believe, Kodak film, yes? Why was that the format you wanted to go with?
Oh, I didn't know
It's a movie that spans 4 decades and is like plot defiant. I don't care what happened. It's about orienting yourself in relation to your memories and allowing that reorientation to be what defines you, and not the facts, not the things that happen to you. There's this like really beautiful line in the movie, in the book and in the movie and the book. The things that happen to us are true, but writing is a whole other body. And the iterations that we are responsible for, and not for other people, but just personally, you could give me anything, I could make something out of it. I think it would have been kind of easy to get like fixated on the things that happened to this woman and make it sort of biopic-y. I wanted to do the whole thing. I didn't want to choose a couple of moments in her life and be able to immerse and do it in some sort of elegant way. I wanted it to feel like an externalized internal experience, which is kaleidoscopic and unruly and kind of really only easy to like understand once it's over and you've taken a breath and you've gone, I don't really know how we got here, but it's floating, and there's a sort of accomplished arrival thing that happens where you're like, I know exactly what that is and I know exactly how I feel, but the path was so jagged, and I guess there's only like a couple reasons to make, some books just live inside your body and that's great. This one, we needed to like be together doing it. And it's a total choose your own adventure experience. It's like, I'm sure everyone probably will have, anyone who happens to bounce off the movie will bounce off in very different directions, which is totally the point. Because 16. We're like constantly like going at life because it never stops. We're like, hello, constant, it just never stops. Like we blink, but other than that, it's just like pretty relentless. Other than when you go to sleep and you have these flash imagery experiences of like what has happened to you, what you want to happen to you, imagined experiences, relived experiences, you put them all together in this amalgamation of your subconscious, and 24 frames per second. I didn't want to record my movie, I wanted to take pictures. And then I wanted to slice them up. And it's like, the way that your life kind of flashes before your eyes sometimes, like you could remember your whole life in a second. There are moments in the movie that do that, and there was no way to do that unless you missed some pictures in between. Mm-hmm. You need to be able to shove your own existence into the movie. You want to project your own experience onto it in order to make it personal. It just has this like texture that feels like a dream, and what better place to talk about cinema relating to dreams than in France.
Kaleidoscopic is actually a really great way to describe it. Yeah.
Have you gotten to see the full thing yet, Cam?
Yeah, I saw it a few days ago.
Yeah, but you saw it really quiet. Wait till you see it in here. It's like
I felt like I couldn't breathe for the first 45 minutes. I was so on edge from the sound, actually.
I mean, that is kind of a beautiful experience.
And also the intercutting of like the images was like, it really builds up this incredible, like it was like a ride you're suddenly on.
Cool.
I mean, that's one of the best reviews you can get is from the people who you made it with.
I'm sitting here like.
Well, I noticed there were a few filmmakers that you thanked at the end of this, and because we were talking about.
Oh, you've seen it?
I know some people who got a sneak peek of it.
Oh,
I'm going to see it tonight. I'll be in
gotcha.
there with you all.
They were like, so there's special things. Sofia Coppola and Rose Glass. Yeah.
Well, actually, yes, that's what I was going to mention. Sofia Coppola, Rose Glass.
Yeah.
What did, especially women filmmakers that you've worked with, how did they inspire this film? Why was it important to put folks like them or Fiona Apple also at the end of your first movie?
God, I'm like so spoiled. I can't. These were dreams that I really would have been like the Fiona thing. You got to reach out. Like it. I had sort of the same. My hands are shaking. Like the sort of same experience that my composer had reaching out to me, having never composed music for a film. The letter. I wrote a letter to Lydia.
Yeah.
It happened fast. It happened really impulsively. I wrote a letter to Fiona. It worked. She wrote me a letter back. I didn't have to write her a letter because we happen to be homies already. Total humble brag right now, like this limos. Yeah, we were friends already, so whatever. I didn't have to like reach out.
Pretty cool.
But you grow towards each other in certain ways that if you like question it, then you limit the work. And so, yeah, just with those people, with Sophia and Rose specifically, they gave me notes. They read an incredibly difficult document over a long period of time. And it's really hard to read other people's scripts. People are busy, you know what I mean? And this was definitely not like a traditional read. And they were both they're both filmmakers that I covet. And people, like just people that I think are, give them everything. Yeah, no, that's it, whatever. They listened when it was really hard to get people to listen. And so, that's the least I could do is have a little list. And plus, it just makes me look cool.
But it's really important to have those people that you can go to when you have big dreams. I mean, You've said this is something you've kind of dreamt of doing since you were 9 years old. You first wanted to be a director. So, I mean, without sounding a little too schmaltzy, what would you tell that 9-year-old, as you kind of think back to her first dreams of wanting to be in that chair? Now she's got a movie playing at Cannes.
I mean, you've got a movie playing at Cannes. It just takes a little while.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like, I was asked like when I was way too young to give people advice because I was like doing interviews. And I was always like, I don't have that. But actually, like, I guess just like, why? Just keep asking why. Like, if anyone's ever like, oh, we do it this way. This is a standard. This is just the way we do it. This is like protocol. Why? And I'm not saying like, no. I'm not like, I'm going to do things how I want. It's not about that. It's about understanding why we're doing what we're doing instead of just accepting procedure. Like, you want to make the same movie over and over? Stop asking why. And dude, fucking people lie to you. Like, I cannot tell you, like, the amount of bullshit deadlines. Oh, you have to be done by tomorrow. I'm like, when it's done. It'll show itself. Like, or you have to, like, I mean, not to be too transparent, which is like the name of my game. We're like barely here right now. I can't believe I slipped this under a closed door. Like, I can't believe it. And like to do that, it's like a super vulnerable experience, but like, I really wouldn't design it any other way. I would say any advice, it would be like, dude, you're good. You don't have to rush anything. Like, trust it. But like, ultimately, like, don't speak in platitudes, but trust yourself. And if you're having like this inner voice, women, this is why we're here. We are consistently telling ourselves to shut up because everyone else has our entire lives. Like, shh. And so you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't ask, maybe I shouldn't say. Yeah, a round of applause. Yeah. So it's hard to then be like, am I going to putting myself out on a limb to say something maybe a little too early or say something that is hard to categorize even for yourself, and so therefore it's sort of like you invite other people to interact with newness, and so therefore kind of make it a prescription. Just don't be afraid of that. People will take, go for it. But what you need to just like hold on to is like that inner ear when you're like, dude, I'm pretty sure I've always, even though I've been told this thing over and over, if you've got a sneaking suspicion, it's not sneaky. You've just been told to shut the fuck up for too long. Yeah. It's like, listen to yourself.
I mean, truly, the most important advice is we have to listen to that gut feeling.
Yeah.
So thank you for saying those things out loud, Kristen. And Kim, to you, I want to ask you, this is this was a journey about process and discovery. So I'm curious, how did being a part of this project kind of change your process, the way you enter your creativity?
Please.
I don't know.
It did.
Love it. I don't know. Like I didn't know this writer beforehand, so that in itself was a really big deal. And also just seeing, like, the end product, the film itself, like, and that, as Kristen was describing like really recreating this feeling of wanting it to be a certain way, where like, flashes of things. Like she really made that work. Flashes of memories. Like it's not. There's nothing cliched about it. It's like, it's actually like this kind of beautiful kind of collage of kind of destruction and creative, something that comes out of like a deconstruction of film in a way.
I mean, that's why she's in the movie. Like, it's hard to talk about yourself, but there's an improvisational, daring nature that from jump, I mean, this woman can't, even on set, it was like, okay, I wrote these words on a page, but go for it. I mean, that's why you're here. Like, let's learn some stuff together. I'm not trying to tell you anything. We're trying to figure some stuff out. And there's a broken dissonance that is so much truer than anything ordered in all of her work, and it's so under the skin, and it really comes from the place that, like, this one time I told Ken Gordon to speak from here. And I know, because like, also mommy, like, just like having our characters, it's like she needs to find her family, and like, it's really important that we find each other. This is so meta. Like, there's the coolest. There's so many cool parts in the movie that I like. When she says, "I am proud of you," to our girl, I mean, like, it kills me. And so, like, I needed somebody that I wanted to hear that from say it. Yeah.
Well, Kristen, I will say I am proud of you. We are all here very proud of you. And we will let you have the last word in saying, what has this process of self-discovery been for you? That's very much the theme of this movie. So what have you discovered about yourself as an artist from making it?
Oh. Like, everything I just said. I don't know, like, I guess I am such an actor. Like, I really love to be an actor, and like, it's so physical, you know. And it's, I guess there's this like, bullshit fallacy that you need to have experience or a sort of like technical adeptness. Is that a word?
Yes.
In order, it's safeguarding the business. It's a real male perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's a total what's it called? Like, guard with like there's this like bullshit safeguard, like, as if it's this like difficult thing to do. Anyone can make a movie if they have something to say. It's not hard to do it. It's just difficult to commit to wanting to say something clearly and then finding fellows and like having the commitment, because it's kind of a long-term investment, but like time-wise. But I guess like there's no amount of learning or skill, like, that's just crap. Like, if you can speak to your people, if you can just feel allowed to communicate and therefore sort of like in touch with something that wants to come out, like, a film will come out of you. And yeah, it just shouldn't have taken so long. I guess like this one needed to take long, but now that I've like broken this seal, I think that there's like a way, everyone's got a different way of expressing, and in filmmaking there's just this, I guess because there's so much technical involved. I've already said it. It's just, I guess I've looked up to so many filmmakers, and I really revere the business. And when I say business, I mean just what we all love. And so it was like, oh, how, you know, you can't touch that until you're right. It's like, no, everyone can definitely get their hands in that. And it's, yeah, it doesn't, you know, I would say like, if I've learned anything, it's just that I don't need anything more. I've always had it. You know what I mean? It's like, there's not a learning curve. Of course, we're going to grow and we're going to get better at what we do. And I can't wait for the next one. But yeah, just like More advice for people. I love how I'm sitting here like spewing all these like.
Well, you seemed like you really knew what you wanted.
Yeah.
Like when you gave me direction, like you were super articulate.
Desire. I wanted it.
Yeah.
If you want something.
You have to really.
Yeah, you gotta fucking
really want it. Yeah. Because you just might get it. And then,
Well, we can't wait to see it, and we can't wait to see the next one,
Cool.
too. Congratulations, Kristen.
Thank you.
And congratulations, Kim. Thank you all for joining us. If you're not just stay here for a moment. We gotta get her to the next thing. So thank you.
Thank you guys so much.